Hello and welcome to the channel. Planning to visit Bath, England on a budget? You are in the right place. In this video, I will show you fun and cheap things to do in the city, like beautiful buildings, free iconic sites and more. So let's get started, and here is how you can visit and enjoy this historical city without spending much. Getting to Bath from London is pretty easy. We took a flex bus, which is my go-to for traveling on a budget around Europe. It's usually cheaper than the train if you even book in advance. The journey takes about 2.5 hours, so grab a window seat, relax and enjoy the beautiful countryside views. So this is the main entrance, this door behind me, if you can see from the mirror. And this is like a little kitchen over here. It's so cute, I like it. It kind of gives that kind of home feel. It has everything, like a dishwasher, all the little details, and just like a view outside there. It's really nice. It has all the essential things you need in the kitchen, which we really love. Every time we travel, we hoped for accommodation that makes have some sort of things that we can use if we want to cook for ourselves, and this is how we save money. So this is like the kitchen. It has 2 floors. I'm going to take you through upstairs to show you like the little TV room, the bedroom. So I'm just gonna go up and show you. So hi there guys. So let's go up. This was me enjoying the perfect lighting in this accommodation. My face was popping. I was living and loving it. It's honestly the best accommodation we have ever stayed when we are not at home in the UK, and it was quite affordable. We were even shocked. So I lived and loved this accommodation. It was fantastic. So after 2 hours of the bus ride, we have made it to Bath. Bath is not really far from London, and we have always wanted to visit Bath for such a long time, but we just never had like the time to visit. And if I'm being honest, for most people who live in the UK can tell you this, the bad thing about living here in the UK is if you want to explore like other parts of the UK, it's quite expensive. Just from London to Bath by train at the moment, it's ridiculously expensive. It's like over £50, which you can actually buy a plane ticket to Spain or Portugal. So we opted obviously for the budget friendly option, which is why I share all these travel tips to make travel easy for everyone. Like, even though it's expensive to visit Bath, it doesn't mean that you can't visit on a budget. So the bus is the great option if you really want to visit the most affordable way. We took it from Heathrow to Bristol, and then from Bristol to Bath it's like £2. Can you believe that? £2 from Bristol to Bath. That was a bargain for us, and I was just so excited when I actually paid and it was £2. Obviously I was like excited, yes. So yeah, we're here in Bath and we're going to
explore, obviously, and I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do here in Bath, and some places you can visit, and how to visit Bath on a budget. So yeah, stay tuned and watch until the end of this video, where I'll walk you through some of the things that we will do on this trip to Bath, and I hope you will get inspired to visit Bath if you have never been. It's such a beautiful city from what I've read, and obviously I did a lot of research. It's my job as a travel blogger now to fully research places, so I'm quite excited for this trip. Good morning, guys. This is the second day in Bath. So today is a day filled with so much to do. We just woke up and we're going to get ready, but before that we have to make some breakfast, and yeah, I'm quite excited actually. Yeah, this is one thing I love about self-cut. Let me just put my camera right. Yeah, so yeah, today is the day that we're going to do a lot of exploring, do some things that we have on our itinerary for this trip. So I'm quite excited. I'm just gonna get ready, but before that we'll make some breakfast and eat to save money. Actually, last night when we had our meal, I just want to mention and point out that Bath is actually an expensive city. You get London prices, it's quite shocking. This is one of the things that puts me at least off to visiting most places in the UK, because you spend so much money that to just go to a place which is like an hour from London. And this is just the reality in the UK. You have, well, if you don't want to overspend, obviously, but I know it's not the same case for everyone, because if money is not a problem, you can visit anywhere. So yeah, you have to prepare to pay more for food as well. So for us, one of the reasons, like I always say, we prefer self-catering places is the ability for us to cook meals for ourselves. So we have like a little kitchen that I will show you. You can, guys. X is making breakfast. I'm just going to see what he's up to. What are you doing? Yeah, he's making breakfast.
So yes guys, as I was saying, for us we always opt for self-catering accommodation. Like for example, this accommodation has a coffee machine, from everything that you need to save yourself some money on breakfast. Coffee pods over here, some olive oil, Alex is making some eggs over there, and some salt and pepper, and there's quite a lot of essential things. So we are not paid for them. And in the cupboard as well, there's like soya sauce and some other essential oil and teas. So this really comes in handy. For example, yes, it was about £85 per night, but it has helped us save cost on breakfast as compared to if we were going to just go every day. Well, we were here for just 1.5 days and eat out, it was going to cost us more. So this is one of the reasons why we always prefer self-catering accommodation, especially when we're traveling in the UK, where almost everything is like double compared to other places. So yeah, and I also just love this window here. The views on this accommodation is really incredible. We were so fortunate, and by the way, we visited during off season, so this accommodation, probably if you visit during the peak seasons, you might find it ridiculously expensive, more than what we paid. So for us, this was a complete bargain for us, and I would highly recommend this stay. So yeah, we're going to have breakfast and we'll head soon into the city. So see you soon. So like many places in the UK, Bath is known to be an expensive city to visit. But one of the best ways to experience Bath more affordably is simply by just walking around. The city is full of history, stunning Georgian architecture, and beautiful green spaces. First stop was Royal Victoria Park. It was just 5 minutes away from our accommodation, and it was a perfect place to start our day. Or you can take a break if you started your exploration the other way around. You can have a picnic here if you are visiting during the summer months, or just enjoy the amazing views. Although the sky was a bit gloomy, it was just the typical UK weather, nothing unusual, but the park was really peaceful and nice to see the flowers in full bloom. So this was our first stop now. Not so far from the Royal Victoria Park is the Royal Crescent. It's one of the most famous streets in England with 30 beautiful carved Georgian houses. It's completely free to visit and perfect if you love history or taking photos. We didn't stay too long though. It felt a little bit too posh, to be honest, for us, so we left, but it was just amazing to look around and wander. If you are a fan of Jane Austen, you will love this. The Jane Austen Centre is all about her life and the connection she has to the city of Bath. We didn't go inside, but outside you will find a friendly greeter in a costume. Is such a funny character and it's a perfect place for a quick photo. Next stop, Bath Old Town. Walking through Bath's Old Town feels like stepping back in town. I remember when I was planning this trip, it was described as one of the most beautiful old towns in England. Yes, it was charming. The streets are full of cute shops, historical buildings and cozy cafes. But to be honest, the old town itself wasn't anything I have not seen in London, for example. This is just my personal opinion. However, I did feel like the architecture there was unique, and I guess this made it a little bit more special. So even if you don't buy anything, just walking around here is a wonderful experience. Another important thing I forgot to mention about Bath Old Town is in around this area, this is where you find a lot of museums and the hot spring spas, which are what this whole city is known for. But because this is a budget-friendly guide to the city of Bath, I did not include this kind of activities, and if I'm being honest, we didn't really do all those kind of activities because they tend to be a little bit more pricey. And for the purpose of this video, my focus is only to things that you can either do for free or activities which I think as a first-time traveler to Bath are worth paying for. They are coming up shortly, so just keep watching. And one more if you are finding this video very useful, please consider giving it a like. It really helps the channel and I really appreciate it. So let's keep on exploring. Next on our list was Bath Abbey. You can admire it from outside for free or go inside for a small fee. The church has been here for over 1,200 years. So I did go inside. I found that they were charging, from what I had researched, it was supposed to be free to enter. So I was a little bit shocked that we had to pay to go inside. Anyway, I did go inside by myself and wandered around. just to see this interior design, and it's exactly as I saw online. It's absolutely beautiful. But for me, of course, I wasn't really like, oh my god, I'm like losing my mind or anything. I have seen so many beautiful churches around Europe, so for me it was all right. And I'm sorry for any British watching this if I have not given it enough credit. It was just nothing really special than what I've already seen. So yeah, on a budget friendly note, if you don't want to, it's not, I wouldn't say you should go inside. I had to go because of course I needed to see it for myself, and as a blogger it's important to capture some of these real images. But I wouldn't suggest, it's not worth going or paying £7 to go inside unless you're really into the churches and all these kind of things. Then you can go ahead and pay the £7 to see it. Next, this is Pulteney Bridge, one of the prettiest bridges in England. It's special because it has shops built on it, and it's perfect for a short walk and some photos. It was really amazing to see, and it's one of the things I had really wanted to see in real life, because I remember when I was researching again, it was one of those places where I'm like, oh my god, it looks so surreal, and seeing it in real life, it was just spectacular. This amazing sights of Bath can be seen for free. You can see it on many different angles, from the side or beneath the bridge over there, but during our visit it started piecing, so we left and we didn't see it that much, but it was just amazing to look at, and it's absolutely for free. So we continued exploring to go and try one of the most famous streets here in the city of Bath. Any guesses? Please let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. So we carried on to search for these streets, and I'll show you shortly. My research, everyone who have been to Bath for the first time, they have all said that you have to try the Bath bun. Apparently there are so many places where you can try this, but for us we went to the iconic place which serves this, and this place is called the Bath bun. We entered the place. It wasn't really, I wouldn't care for it. The presentation at first glance wasn't oh wow, but I understand this is a traditional British tea room, and this is the setting. Nothing special. I think I'm not kind of used to this sort of settings, if I'm being honest, but it was just an amazing experience. The people were, the staff were quite friendly and very useful and helpful to suggest how you can have this. So this is the sweet bun with sugar on top of it, and it's famous here in Bath. Apparently it cannot be found here, and this is me trying to do the little finger traditional way of holding a teacup in the way the British do. I'm sorry, it just didn't work, so I just carried on. The bun, I must say, was really delicious to my surprise. I'm usually not the person who likes sweet treats, but I really loved this one. I really loved, look at my face. I was like super excited, and I was trying so by all means to hide the other person over there. She kept looking at me just to avoid having her in my video, but sorry lady, I was just enjoying this bun. So yeah, you have to really try this. It was delicious, and what I really loved about this, I had expected it to be quite expensive, because this place where we had this Bath bun is one of the most famous places, so I had expected it to be expensive, but to our surprise this didn't even cost £20, the whole afternoon tea with this bun. So this was really nice, and it's something that I think is worth paying for when you are visiting Bath. At least you can spend money on this. It's worth trying it out, especially if you are visiting for the first time. So I really enjoyed. Now this was my favorite part, seeing the iconic Roman baths. This place is amazing and a must visit. Can you believe these baths have been around 2000 years old? That's so cool, isn't it? You can't swim in them, unfortunately, but walking through the ruins, seeing the steam rise and learning about the ancient Roman life is absolutely worth it. And one thing that really surprised me was the audio guide. It's actually really fun. It explains everything in a simple, super interesting way. so I highly recommend using it. And you can get the tickets on the official Roman Baths website or on site. They cost about 21 or 22 pounds for adults at the time we visited, so make sure you buy. And I don't think you can buy in advance. You can actually buy maybe just a day before, or I didn't see anything like skip the line or anything, but this is how our experience buying the ticket. It's really quite interesting. The whole building is quite big and has different sections. You can go up to the top level and inside, learn about the Roman lives, see the original statues of some of these Romans who were living in the city of Bath. And this is the main highlights of the visits to Bath. It's all about all these Roman baths, spring waters, natural spring waters. So it's quite amazing. Take your time, especially if you're into history, you will really love this. And for me, honestly, this had been on my bucket list, so it was just an amazing experience to actually see these in real life. I was really happy, and this was my biggest highlight of our trip, and I would highly recommend this to any first-time visitor to the city of Bath. So yeah, we roamed around, we carried on, and of course we didn't have so much time to listen to everything. We went out and admired and carried on with other stuff. If you have visited the Bath, the Roman Bath, tell me, how was your experience? Or you don't care for it, just let me know if you have visited and how did you find it. For me, it was incredible, and this is not an exaggeration. It's just something that was worth checking out and paying for. And if I'm being honest as well regarding the cost of the tickets to enter the Roman Bath, it was budget friendly, to be honest. I had expected it to be more. It's actually cheaper than getting on the London Wheel. So for me, this was an amazing experience. And lastly, if you're looking for a quieter spot, Royal Alexandra Park offers stunning panoramic views over Bath without too much people. And the best part is it's absolutely free, but you just have to hike up quite a bit to get there. But once you are there, my God, the views are really stunning. Even though it was a little bit gloomy, I really enjoyed it. It's just now I see, when I saw this view, I see what they mean when they say Bath is the most beautiful city in England. I really understand the assignment. It's really amazing. I lived and loved it. It was so peaceful. There was just us, and it was incredible. I can't imagine in the summer how it's like. So there you are, guys. These are the best things you can do on a trip to Bath on a budget. If you have more suggestions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to learn about them, because I will definitely visit Bath again. So yeah, and that's a wrap on my budget-friendly Bath trip. Have you been to Bath before, or is it on your bucket list? Let me know in the comments. And if you want a full guide with even more budget tips, check out my blog. The link is in the description. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.